the aftermath of World War II, Germany became the capital of a global ideological battle. The nation was split into two: West Germany influenced by democracy and capitalism, and East Germany controlled by communism and the Soviet Union. This division shaped the lives of millions of Germans, redefining the rights and responsibilities of its citizens. The first meeting for how to divide Germany was held in 1943 at the Tehran Conference. The discussion was between the US, USSR, and the UK. The three parties wanted to stop fascism ever arising again. In 1945 at the Yalta Conference, they decided to divide Germany into 4 occupation zones. This division solidified into 2 separate states: the Federal Republic of Germany, West Germany, and the German Democratic Republic, East Germany. The west side of Germany quickly recovered from the financial and economical conditions. The occupying countries transported resources through planes, parachuting food down on land, and donating around $14 billion. This was called the Marshall Plan, named after George Marshall, who proposed the project idea. As war reparations, East Germany had to pay the West with around 40% of their industrial infrastructure. The poor economy made the citizens flee to the West. The loss of population led to less labor and a less active economy. The connection between the East and West was soon cut off in 1952 when they put up a wire fence, dividing the 2 sections. All transportation and communication were cut off. Most citizens attempted to escape by climbing over the wall in secret for the better perception of economic situation in the West. Other people tried to flee by traveling to other countries. In order to go abroad, they needed to submit an application and wait for it to be approved. However, the approval took months and even years. They were also sometimes rejected. While both West and East Germany had distinct political systems and social structures, in regards to the rights and responsibilities of their citizens, the differing political systems they adopted resulted in a huge difference between both of the regions and different approaches to individual rights and societal responsibilities. In West Germany, democracy flourished, ensuring citizens political freedoms and economic opportunities. They experienced rapid industrial growth, particularly in manufacturing, production of steel, and automobile industries. This economic boom led to the term Wirtschaftswunder to describe the country's remarkable recovery. Overall, the country was able to quickly regain their economic stability under a democratic system. East Germany's Communist Party prioritized collective responsibility over individual rights, with strict government control over daily life. The General Secretary of the SED, Walter Obrist, in 1962, decided to follow the leading style of the USSR, quickly converting East Germany into a communist society. His attempts to collectivize agriculture led to disastrous food shortage and starved the people of East Germany. While in West Germany, citizens had the responsibility to vote, contribute to the economy, and uphold democratic values, the East German state imposed responsibilities such as loyalty to the communist regime, following censorship laws, and even reporting neighbors to the Stasi. Many East Germans defied these imposed responsibilities, risking their lives to escape or resist repression. To stop any resistance, the citizens were under tight surveillance by a group of police agencies called the Stasi. They were everywhere around the country, watching and listening for any sign of subversive or anti-communist behavior. Those behaviors included speaking negatively about the Communist Party, planning an escape away from East Berlin, consuming or creating any form of media relating to anti-communist attitudes, and many more. They would often invade their citizens' privacy in order to properly police their activities. The government saw it as every citizen's responsibility to uphold the socialist state, even at the cost of personal freedom.
One was kept. That I noticed. That I knew. And I noticed that letters I was expecting never arrived. I found them 25 years later in my file. And photographs as well. I sent to my father, lived in West Germany. When I sent him pictures, he never got them. They were in my file.
Basic necessities were very difficult to purchase. People would often have to wait months or years for products and food supply.
Small Trabant, you had to wait for 10 to 12 years. We could buy in the winter time maybe 1 kilogram bananas or oranges, but that was it.
Other necessities such as literature and education were heavily controlled as well. The GDR, German Democratic Republic, censored many of the literary and artistic productions in the eastern part of Germany. Books had to be analyzed and approved by multiple editors and publishers before it could be put on shelves. Words were blacked out, and many parts of the books were erased as a whole. Because East Germany punished individualism, graphic novels, romance stories, or gangster stories from the West were forbidden. Writers were even tasked to only write positive things about the GDR and include communism in their writing.
Not only education, but entertainment was strictly monitored too. Rules established to regulate music included the songs having to be sung entirely in German and should be educational value that promoted socialist ideas. Like literature, the song's lyrics were checked thoroughly and edited. Bands who ignored those rules were disbanded. For example, an East German rock band called Renft was disbanded by Comrade Oschlegel, a politician working for the Stasi, who told the band members that their music was too insulting and libelous. She told them that they, quote, didn't exist anymore. The band reunited in 1990 after the fall of the Berlin Wall. Television and radio press were all state-owned, and most entertainment films were produced by the Soviet bloc. The Berlin Wall, a physical and symbolic barrier between rights and repression, ultimately fell on November 9, 1989. The Berlin Wall was ultimately destroyed on November 9th of 1989 because of one mistake of words. During an interview with Günter Schabowski, an East German politician who served as an official of the Socialist Unity Party of Germany, he made the mistake of stating that every citizen of the GDR will be able to freely move out of the country without the GDR.
Heute eine Regelung zu treffen, die es jedem Bürger der DDR möglich macht, über Grenzübergangspunkte der DDR auszureisen. Wie die Presseabteilung des Ministeriums hat der Ministerrat beschlossen, dass bis zum Inkrafttreten einer entsprechenden gesetzlichen Regelung durch die Volkskammer diese Übergangsregelung in Kraft gesetzt wird. Also doch, ständige Ausrichtung können über alle Grenzübergangsstellen der DDR zur BRD bzw. zu Berlin-West erfolgen.
After the news was spread all over the country, people from East and West crowded around the Berlin Wall. The overwhelming amount of people caused the Stasi and the GDR to panic. They were forced to give in and break down the wall because they weren't able to recollect their words. Its fall in 1989 marked a shift where people reclaimed their rights and redefined the responsibilities of the government. In 1990, the entirety of Germany was reunited.
Since Germany's reunification in 1990, the country has made significant strides in bridging the economic and political divides between the former East and West, but disparities remain, affecting both rights and responsibilities. The eastern regions still face economic challenges with lower GDP per capita, lower average incomes, and historically higher unemployment rates compared to the West. This political fragmentation continues to challenge Germany's responsibility to ensure equality and social cohesion for all its citizens. How ongoing struggle to close these gaps demonstrates the long-term impact of past divisions and highlights the balance between individual rights and the government's duty to create a more just and unified society.
Germany's division after World War II became a battle of freedom versus control. The Berlin Wall stood as a stark symbol of their struggle. Despite oppression, many risked everything to demand change. When the wall fell, it marked the triumph of unity and the fight of human rights, proving even the greatest divides can be overcome.